Okay, so the first step is to send out a bunch of cold emails, cold calling, daily proposals.
Whoa, hold up, wait a minute. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get clients.
This way?
Yes, the numbers game.
Oh shit, man, use this.
What is this? The ultimate DM closer playbook? This good? No, but in all seriousness, could you get 100 clients if you couldn't do cold calling, you couldn't do cold emailing, or you couldn't send out any proposals whatsoever? Not only am I gonna show you how to do that, but I'm actually gonna give you my scripts on how I do that and how I've been able to build over 260 funnels so far. And before we dive into these, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and make sure that you turn your post notifications on so you don't miss any trainings, tutorials, and funnel templates moving forward. Right, so a little bit of context. The reason why I'm doing this and showing you this is because I know there's a lot of people just like me who are introverted and they don't like doing sales calls. And some people say that has nothing to do with it. It does. If you don't want to do calls, if you want to close your deals in Messenger, in PM, so DMs, whatever you want to call it, it's totally possible, and I've done it myself. And so that's the context behind it. And I remember getting told by other gurus and experts telling me you have to learn high ticket sales, you have to learn how to close people over the phone, you have to learn this, you got to do it this way, this is the only way that is possible. And I was always like, man, I don't want to. I wanted to stay in my creative space. Then one day on Facebook there was a coach who, he's a funnel coach, and he was the first person that I invested heavily into. It was 12,000, and I signed up in his Messenger inbox, and I asked him, hey, how much is your one-on-one coaching? I want to learn from you directly. How much is it? And he said, well, you know, if you want, you can book a call. I'm like, I would rather just, you know, I'm happy to pay you. I know that you're good at what you do, and I don't want to go through everybody, schedule a bunch of calls. I want to work with you. And so he's like, it's 12K. And I joined on the spot without doing a call. And then it hit me. I'm like, if I can do this, if I trust this person, I follow him online and I trust this person, I'm willing to pay because I see the value, the outcome, the ROI from that investment. So I'm like, if I can buy stuff for 12K, why can't I close clients for 3,000 or 5,000 or 2,000 without doing sales calls? And so I tried, and then it worked once, and then it failed the second time, and then maybe it failed the third time, and then it worked again, and it was 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and it went up, it slowly increased, and now I've been able to close high ticket deals from anything between $1,000 to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and my biggest client so far is 36,000, and we did have a meeting for those bigger projects. And so this is more so if you're around like 1 to 5,000, you can do this. But that said, the big problem for a lot of people is they don't know how to do this. They don't know how to connect with people if they're just texting, because a lot of messaging can be misinterpreted, and it can be hard to build trust without having this one-on-one connection. And so I use this 3C strategy, which is to connect one-on-one, collect enough information, the right information, then close people by overcoming any objection that they might have. Or once they're ready to invest in your services, your funnel building services, they now might have follow-up objections like conversions or traffic. And so when you follow these scripts that I've created, you can then overcome those objections, and you can close your clients without doing those calls, and even without, you know, crafting any custom proposals or anything like that. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. So let's say one day someone is posting in a Facebook group, I'm looking to hire a funnel designer for my company. Who would you recommend? Or can you send me your portfolio, or whatever it is, right? Then that post gets, because obviously everyone wants more clients, that post get 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 comments. And so it's hard to stand out. And the problem is that, how do I differentiate myself? And the challenge then becomes, how do I differentiate myself from these other people? And so instead of saying, hey, I'm happy to help, or if you're just posting an emoji like I can help, it doesn't work. And so the secret here that I've found is you want them to engage back with you. So if there's 50 comments and everyone is like, I can help, your comment is going to be ending with a question mark to spark engagement. So that's the first thing. If they say looking for a funnel designer who has experience in e-com or experience with online courses, so then you can say, for example, I'm building funnels for e-com brands and happy to send you my portfolio if you want, question mark. So now people would be like, yeah, I would love to see your portfolio. So now you have permission to message them, right? And they're gonna check their either inbox or the requested message inbox, which is the hidden one that protects people from spam. So when you do this, you then say, okay, now they requested it. So now I'm going to send them my portfolio, and now you can connect with them one-on-one. And now, because you're different and they requested it and everyone else just said, hey, I can help you, or whatever other bad pitch they have. And this is how I ended up closing a client who paid me over 15,000 over the period of a couple of weeks, because they had 50 comments and my comment was engagement based. It led me to showing them my portfolio and closing that client. And so that's the first step to stand out and actually get your foot in the door. All right, also, all you introverts out there, make sure you smash that like button so I know I'm not alone. And that way I can go back and see, okay, who are all my introverts? So make sure you do that right now. Okay, so step number 2 is then to go from connecting with people to collecting information, the right information. So the secret here that I've found is you want to collect the right information, not necessarily just because you want to know more about their brand, because you can do that on the onboarding automated funnel where you collect all their information in a form, but you want to do this so that they feel safe. They feel like they trust you. They know that you're an expert for asking the right questions. And so they feel good sending you money, knowing that this is something that, you know what you're doing. I'm putting my money in good hands. And I know that when I've paid them, they know what to do with my information. They can take my message and build a funnel because they're already asking the right questions. This is way different than being desperate and just asking, like trying to get their money, or asking when they want to get started, or just wanting to move forward as quickly as possible before you have any information. For people who just go straight for the sale without collecting the right information, you're creating this friction in trust where they say, wait a minute, this person is already confident in taking my money without knowing what I'm selling. So it doesn't make any sense. And so therefore you're losing trust. And this is how most people lose their clients before they even get to the close stage, which is the step number 3. Because think about it, if you're not doing a sales call where you could build that trust, where would you then build trust? If it's someone that you've never talked to before, you only have those couple of minutes in Messenger to build that trust. And you can quickly do that by showing a portfolio that says, this is beautiful funnels. They go, I want one of those funnels. Boom, now ask the right questions, you get to the close, and then you can overcome those objections, which is step 3, which we'll talk about in a second. But before we do, I have a question. What's a good price range where you feel comfortable charging clients right now for funnel building services? Is it 1K, 2K, 3K? Let me know in the comments below. I read and respond to all the comments. Okay, so step number 3, closing the client. Now you've connected and collected, and now you're going to close and overcome any objections that they might have. Let's talk about the biggest objections, which is price, trust in you, knowing that you're going to be able to deliver on time, lack of data when it comes to conversions and your experience in that industry, and a couple of more that you'll find inside of the playbook. But the biggest one is price. And this is what I want to say about price. Price is an illusion, meaning the price doesn't matter as much as the value and the expected ROI, return on investment. So if it's a funnel designer who doesn't know what they're doing, I'm not going to pay them even 500 if I think I'm not getting the 500 back. But I can pay 10,000 to a really good funnel designer if I know that I'm going to make that money back. That goes with any industry. If I know that this video editor is going to help me increase the revenue and my community and the customers that I get, then I'm obviously willing to pay more because I get premium services back. That said, when they do have a price objection, the first thing you can do is to actually divide the price into 2 payments. So instead of saying, hey, it's all upfront, and I usually just do upfront payments, I understand that it's an investment. So what I can do is do 50% upfront, and then you build your funnel over the next 7, 10, 14 days, whatever delivery period you want to have, and then say, when I deliver it, you then pay the second half. And the last thing before we dive into the playbook and the scripts, and I'm going to read a couple of the scripts for you. You can also download it. The link is in the description. The last thing I want to say, while I'm no sales trainer, I'm not a sales guru, I do have a lot of experience in closing clients for funnel agencies specifically, as I have one myself, and I've built over 260 funnels. And so the biggest thing here, and this is if you lose this one, everything else fails, which is to create and craft a custom deal. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say that someone comes to you, they have a funnel, it's not converting, it looks ugly, or they have a website, they want to build a funnel. They say, this is what I have, can you build me one of those? I want one of those funnels that you have. You say, yes, happy to do so. You ask more questions. You say, okay, so here's what I think we should do. And then you tell them the plan. I think we should have a sales page. Then we have an upsell with this next offer. We have a downsell with a payment plan, and then a thank you page where you can also have a video that directs them to the Facebook group. Now you have a strategy for them. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Now they're gonna ask you, okay, how much is it? What do you charge? Which means when they ask you the price, they already want what you're selling. They like your designs. They trust you that you can do it. Otherwise, they wouldn't even ask it. If someone comes to me and I don't trust them, I'm not even gonna ask like, hey, how much is it? Because I'm not interested. So asking for the price means they're interested. And now you have to then craft a custom deal that says, okay, so this is the funnel that you have. You already have the copy. Normally I charge this amount. Normally I charge 3,000 because you have the copy already. I'll redesign the page. I'll redesign the page using that copy. And then we can also do A/B split testing for 30 days to see which one performs better and then optimize for that. And I'll do all of that for 2K or 2.5K or 1,500. And you give them a custom deal, not because you want to give a discount because you look desperate and you just need that client, but because you genuinely have more information, so it's less work than if you would have to then craft both the design and the copy. So it's logical, you justify the discount, and it makes sense for everybody. And now because they like your portfolio, they like your designs, they like what they're seeing, they like you, they trust you now, and you give them a custom deal, they get a good deal, they get a discount because they have done work as well. And so now they're like, everything clicks and there's usually no objections. But if there are, they're in here, the scripts, how to overcome those objections. So I'm gonna read a couple of them for you and then make sure you go and download this as well. So let's dive into those scripts now. Also, before we do, I spent years learning these. So if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button as a thank you, because I'm not charging for these scripts. Appreciate you. So what we'll do is we'll pick 3 different scenarios from each C. So we have connect, collect, and close. We'll just go through 3 of those. And then, like I said, you can download it and read the rest of the scripts below. But let's start with when they ask you, hey, I love your funnels. Let's say you made a post on Facebook. They reach out to you and they say, I love your design. What do you charge? The mistake that you could then do is just tell them the price. Instead, you got to collect information before you do that. So you can then say, hey, Rob, thanks for reaching out. Happy to tell you my price. Before I do, is it okay if I ask you more questions so I can give you the right funnel strategy and price? Okay, so then they say, well, of course, because now that logically makes sense. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. If you say something like, no, I don't really reveal my prices, happy to jump on a call though, it's like sort of defensive and they're like, okay, that's weird. So you gotta connect with people the right way. So once they say yes, that's okay, then you say, awesome, do you have a link to your current funnel or your current website? Showing that you're curious and you want to learn more about their brand before you actually make a custom offer. And if they don't have a link, you can say, okay, no problem. A lot of times I build funnels from scratch, so that's not a problem at all. And then you probably want to also tell them what you do in those cases. So if the scenario is, I don't have a current site or funnel, then you say, no problem. Here's what we're going to do. Usually when I sign new clients, the first thing they do, they fill out a onboarding form where I ask the questions. You just got to answer those questions. Then you sit back as we craft the copy, the design, and we set up all the tech for you so that your funnel can be live in 7 days. You've now taken care of all of that where they could have had a follow-up objection saying, man, I love your designs, but the sales copy, I don't even know where to start because I don't have a current funnel. Like, where do I even start? By saying what I just said, you say, we take care of all of that and your funnel can be live in 7 days without you lifting a finger. They say, that's what I need because I'm busy. I have kids, I have a family, I have a business. That's what I want. Okay, now let's go to step number 2, which is to collect information. So usually this is where they ask you again, like, what's your prices? And you have more information about their current site, their current offer, their current funnel or website. You can now transition into collecting information, what they want included as well. So you can make a suggestion like, hey, we can do the copy, we can do the design and the tech integrations in ClickFunnels. But let me ask you a question. Do you also want an email sequence? Because email sequences help get more people through the door. Email sequences help do the follow-up automatically so you get more appointments or more sales or whatever it is. And then you can ask more questions like, do you have the images already, or do you need to do a photo shoot? Do you have the logo, or do you also need the logo? And whether you design the logo or you outsource it to someone, because you can do that as well. You can include the logo in the price and then outsource it to a logo designer and then add it to the funnel to give them the full package. And so once you have all this information, now you're ready to actually give them a good price that's custom to them. So now you're ready to close the client. And so the first thing you got to do is, again, tell them this is what I usually charge, but what I'll do is instead of $5,000, I'll do it for $3,500. Plus, I'm also going to include the email sequence because I want you to get more leads. I want to work with you long term, and I want to be able to build a funnel that converts. Then what you want to do is you want to go from close, give them the price, to then show them what the next step is. Or in some cases, they're going to ask, okay, what's the next step? So you want to first tell them the price, and then if they don't reply, meaning if they're thinking about it, then you say, so after that, usually what happens is I send the invoice, and then once that's taken care of, so this is language, we're not using once you're paying it. I mean, you can, but I just like to use language like once that's taken care of, make it seem like a normal conversation. Once the invoice is taken care of, I'll then send you the onboarding form where you can answer those questions, fill out the form, so that we have everything that we need in order to build a beautiful funnel that converts for you so that you can have it live in 7 days. So now again, going back to just do a quick summary here. You have now connected with them, collected information, and you're now trying to close them and do the pitch. You transition into explaining what the next steps are, so you make it easy for them to make a decision, and then you actually hopefully get paid and they say yes, that's awesome, let's do it. Then you just use pay funnels or whatever to send them the invoice link. They can click the link and pay, and boom, you send them an email, welcome to your company, here's the form, the onboarding form, and now you get the information. You can start building the funnel, deliver the funnel, all of that. Okay. And by the way, if you want to know more about how to get clients and learn how we do this, and actually have me look at your messaging and your funnels and actually get results when you build funnels for other people, make sure that you also join fulltimefunneldesigner.com, which is my program helping you go from zero to expert and make 10K per month from home building funnels for other people. That's below there. But one more bonus that I want to add, and this is key. Okay, I told you the secret is to make custom deals and craft custom deals. A lot of times though, because it's not a sales call, it's easy for them to think about it. And I'm sure you've heard this, is if you're in sales or if you're a business owner, you've heard this before. Let me think about it. Let me talk to this person. Let me talk to whatever. And so this is where follow-ups come in handy. And so I'll give you one example. After that, make sure you go and download this. Link is in the description. And you've probably heard that the money is in the follow-up, and it's so true. If you combine all the clients that I've had over the last couple of years and that I've been able to close in Messenger on Facebook, it's probably closer to 50,000 in total, and that's all because of the same follow-up scripts that are in this playbook. Use those follow-up scripts. They can be short, they don't have to be long or complicated. In fact, a lot of times it's better if they're short, but you got to structure them the right way in order for them to work. So make sure you download this. And if you're not in Full-Time Funnel Designer, make sure you join that program as well. If you are serious about growing your funnel agency, that's the flagship course where it's over 100 videos. It's all my pre-made tools. It's all my templates, my 7-figure funnels. It's my funnel agency toolbox. It's all the spreadsheets that we use to craft sales copy, offers, email sequences, and everything that you need to deliver amazing funnels for your clients. And once you do that, you're going to get clients like this because you get referrals. You build this machine of new clients. And so that's in fulltimefunneldesigner.com, fulltimefunneldesigner.com. And yeah, hopefully you like this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe below and make sure you smash the like button, turn your post notifications on, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you either inside of the program or inside of the playbook and the next video. Peace.